Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. Now the absolute disaster that is sitting behind me today is a 2019 GMC Terrain that, believe it or not, just had the exterior detailed yesterday. So let's take a look at everything they missed. Okay, well, I'll have more to this story a little later in the video, but it's pretty clear they didn't do a very good job, as there's still an entire wheel full of dirt. The roof was completely missed, and the wheel well liners are still full of dirt too. But besides the terrible exterior detail, I'll also be cleaning up the gigantic mess on the inside as well, and looking around, and it's clear that this vehicle needs some intensive deep cleaning, as every surface in here is covered with something sticky and gross. And then the carpets and seats are also covered in garbage, dog hair, and old food. But just before we dive into this disaster, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on a future video. I post a new one like this every week. All right, well, it's time to get started on this Terrain and get this thing looking new again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the transformation. All right, well, getting started on the Terrain now, and even though there was an attempt made at detailing the exterior, it's still visually dirty almost everywhere, so nothing is going to change with my process here. I'll still go through all my usual steps, though I should be able to move through the pre-wash rinse pretty quick today. Starting on these carpeted wheel well liners now, and you guys can see there was a fair amount of dirt still trapped in there. And to give you the backstory here, the owner had taken the vehicle to a dealership to have the exterior detailed, and now obviously they did a terrible job, which is why she brought it to me. But honestly, that's not an uncommon thing with dealerships, as more often than not they don't have the proper tools or knowledge needed to detail a vehicle well. Plus, they're usually trying to get through vehicles as quickly as they can. So if quality work is what you're after, that's not usually where you're going to find it. Moving to the door jambs now, and for those of you out there who might wonder how the interior stays dry, well, it's pretty simple. If you control the wand and spray at a steep angle, you can easily do this without a single drop going inside the car. Alright, now getting some nice thick foam on the Terrain now, and for those of you looking to get your hands on a set of my Detail Geek Boar's Hair detail brushes or the ultra soft ones, well, good news, they should be back in stock very soon, so be sure to keep watching detailgeekautocare.com or Instagram at detailgeekautocare. Okay, well, moving to these gross floor mats, and with all the dog hair here, I'm grabbing my lily brush, which as you can see will make quick work of all the trapped hair. So if anyone out there struggles with pet hair in their vehicle or at home, I've got these available on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, and I can guarantee it'll be the best $13 you've ever spent. Alright, well, with the battery disconnected so I don't run into issues with the airbags or having the vehicle throw a code, I'll quickly get these front seats removed so we can take a look at the mess hiding underneath. And as is pretty typical, the spot between the seat and the console caught quite a bit of junk in here. Working my way around the vehicle, and it's time now for this week's members question, which comes from Laura, and it's, has anyone ever cried after seeing their car? So while I haven't had anyone so emotional they've cried, I've definitely had some very enthusiastic reactions to people seeing their transformed vehicle, a few of which I have been able to record for you guys. And if you've been missing out on the reactions lately, well, just know that I do ask people, but unfortunately a lot of them aren't comfortable with being filmed, though I will always include it when they agree, as I know you guys love to see it. Moving to the driver's footwell, and you can probably already tell, but the carpet in this vehicle is absolutely terrible. Although it does have really thick underpadding, which is unusual to find in vehicles these days, the carpet layer on top is extremely thin and is basically just the Velcro-like stuff that's nearly impossible to get looking perfect. Alright, so starting on all the trim now, and I'll work my way around the vehicle top down and start with a boar's hair detail brush, as it's a bit stiffer and makes quick work of any dirt or debris that's hiding down in the cracks and crevices around the vents, door handles, the switches, cup holders, basically anywhere that you can't easily use the vacuum on. And then for any of the more sensitive plastics that are more prone to scratches, I'll switch over to the ultra soft brush. Moving to the driver's seat now, and a question I've seen asked a fair bit recently is how long does it take for the carpets and seats to dry out after extracting? And honestly, it's typically only a few hours, though the seats definitely do take a little bit longer, which is why I always start with them first, and I'll make sure to put some pressure on the extractor over the last few passes to make sure I can get as much water out as possible. Moving down to the carpets now, and if you're wondering what combo I'm using here to work magic on this vehicle, well, it's Chemical Guy's Lightning Fast, my Detail Geek medium green drill brush, and then my Bissell Spot Clean Professional. And although I sometimes have to go over an area more than once or hit it with the steamer later, for the most part there isn't any sort of stain this combo can't handle. So if anyone out there is curious, I've got the link to it all down in the description for you, along with nearly every other product and tool that I use. Here's all the nasty and smelly water pulled from this terrain, and I gotta say, it's pretty gross. Starting on the interior trim that was pretty much covered in spilled milk, juice, and even some puke, and I'm starting by spraying on some all-purpose cleaner diluted 10:1, and then simply blasting it with steam and the brush attachment. And once I've gone over the whole door, I'll then take the attachment off and blast out the cracks and crevices. Then I'll wipe everything down with a slightly damp microfiber towel, and we'll then follow up with a dry one to remove any APC residue. Now for all the trim pieces I removed earlier, I'm also going to blast them with steam and APC, as it really is the easiest and quickest way to get them clean. And for those of you who don't follow the second channel, the Detail Geek 2, I wanted to let you know that I recently posted a video over there of cleaning my dirty barbecue. So if that piques your interest at all, well, make sure you check it out after this one. Starting on applying 303's Aerospace Protect into all the interior trim, and if you haven't seen the most recent day in the life video that's on the second channel, then I figured I'd let you all know that I will soon be adding an entire line of chemicals to Detail Geek Autocare, a couple of which channel members have already gotten a look at. So if sneak peeks and behind the scenes stuff sounds intriguing to you, well, there should be a big join button right below this video you guys can check out. starting on the glass now, and if you haven't already picked up a set of my Detail Geek waffle weave towels, well, you're missing out, as these are the secret to streak-free glass. Plus, they won't leave any lint behind like regular microfiber towels do. So if you're interested, you can find them on my website at detailgeekautocare.com. Alright guys, well 9 hours later and the Terrain is looking brand new again. And now while I'm not a fan of all the black exterior plastic on this vehicle because it's a bit of a pain to apply 303, it sure does look good when it's all cleaned up. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.